What's up, guys? Iceman here. So if there's one thing that I want you dogs to remember me by, if I were to die, if I were dead as fuck, if my toad got chopped off, it's that I love to gamble and shit. Alright? Hell yeah, dog. Looking to get me some amulet. Fuck yeah. So, I wouldn't mind that being written on my tombstone, okay? He'd love to gamble and shit. Hell yeah. So yeah, oh fuck, I'm already out of gold. Alright. Window Assassin skills, 7 in mana. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Piece of toad. Oh, hell yeah. Piece of a toad. Piece of a toad. Piece of a toad. Piece of a blood toad. Piece of a fuck toad. Piece of a weasel. Piece of a fish. Toad. Fuck. Come on. But really, I wanted to show you guys my Necromancer. He's made some progress. And in fact, I'm very pleased with him. And let me show you why. Here's his gear, just real quick. Baza hooked me up with this. Armor of King Leoric. Triangle's claws. Some rando ring. Some rando belt. Some rando ring. Shitty boots. Homo. I got Homo for a Lumco. The person who traded me didn't know that I was Ice Boy. They just felt bad for me. They saw my shitty gear. One hell yeah, GG amulet. See, that's what I'm trying to replace. Shaco. Trang armor. There's the stats. There's the skills or whatever. But my skeletons, see, check this out. I've come to find that in LOD Classic, or D2R rather, which is what this is, they actually are somewhat viable. In fact, they survive much better than I expected. Now, their damage isn't like what you get in PD2, for example, but they're very thick, and they survive a lot. Alright, so you can go here, and this is a great place to, every game, get your army started. See? Of course, they start reviving. Well, and I even experimented some with the mages. That's the thing, though. The mages really suck. Very poor damage. They die quite easy. So, really, I regret putting points into them. Because as you can see here, I have them at level 30 now. Base of 15, so I can still invest 5 more points into them. Now, when I just invested 1 point into them, I was testing out their damage, and then I pumped 14 more points into it, and I could barely notice a difference in their damage. So, just be mindful of that if you're making a summon Necro. Of course, some say that the cold mages give you a benefit because they can slow enemies, most importantly bosses. And that's true, but can't you just have Vamp Gaze on your mercenary if you wanted some cold damage? But beyond that, the problem is if you have them for other areas outside of just farming bosses, your cold mages can actually shatter corpses. Like, I don't think they have to get the kill just from the enemy being frozen, or partly frozen, and then murdered while being partly frozen. They can shatter, and of course you don't want corpses to shatter. I mean, for one, you can't summon anything out of them, and in addition to that, you can't explode the corpses, obviously, if they get shattered. And your primary damage source with this build is corpse explosion. Alright. So I'm going to try out the Frigid Highlands and Shank, and perhaps a Chaos Sanctuary run. Yeah, I do have this staff on Switch now, but this build has been a damn good time. I'm really digging the Necromancer. So if you guys are interested in trying something different, I recommend giving it a shot. Summon Necro. Just be chill about it. Just enjoy the spiritual journey. Don't worry about getting them GG gear right away. Part of me wants to make a hardcore one. I know Baza hit me up a little while ago about running hardcore, and I think that would be a good time. Just even if we're just doing normal or whatever, because it's rewarding getting your army built up and just sitting back and chilling while they kill shit. You can watch videos, listen to music, or whatever. But all right, I'm gonna go do those runs real quick. Let's see what I get. So here's the strategy. Oh, I'm already at 11. So yeah, when you switch over to the staff, you might lose a few summons. Especially if you're wearing Arm of King Lord. Now, I had a Gnome Rune, I could have made a CTA, and maybe I should have. But yeah, here's what you do, man. You pop them corpses, and it's very effective. 12.6 yards at level 31. That's what you're going for. You just want to really beef up the radius. So this Necro is, how you say? Toad? Is that how you say? Let me know in the comments below. This Necro is absolute Toad. And he's getting there. Now, I don't know if I even want to prioritize getting a bunch of summon GCs. Some of you dogs say in the comments below, get summon GCs. I almost don't give a fuck about that, because as long as you get a kill on, look at this, you can just clear the screen. And I'd almost rather have P&B skillers to just continually increase the radius of the corpse explosion. I mean, let me show you the damage that my summons can do. For one, I can't telestomp them right now. Well, I can, but I have to switch, and then I lose some. I mean, here's their damage. I guess, they're really... It's not bad. But they don't do splash damage, of course, because their splash damage just isn't a thing in LOD Classic or D2R. And they don't do a ton of damage, see? So it's time-consuming. So, of course, I could work on getting Grange Harms for skillers. But do I really want to do that? Because say I have 4 or 5 of them in my inventory. I mean, you see this? This is slow as fuck. Like, is it really going to be increased that much anyway? Whereas if I get 4 or 5 P&B GCs, he's going to be... Look at that. I did like 1 corpse there and it almost killed everyone. I think I might rather prioritize P&B. And I might not even need this Arm of King Leoric, because this only gives 2 to P&B. Alright? And of course I could have a Hoto and have some other benefits, especially when you get Enigma. Because then you could really get that cast rate up. What does it give? 10 FCR. So I really might want to consider getting a Hoto. Or maybe something else, I don't know. Of course, you could make a white wand, one that has Corpse Explosion on it, like 3 to Corpse Explosion, and then make white out of it. And then once you get 6 to Corpse Explosion... But I don't think I'd want to do that. I think I'd rather have something like Heart of the Oak, which actually I'm not too far in maybe making one. Let me show you what I got in terms of runes. So I have Ist, Mal, Mal, Pull. Because I had an Gnome Rune, and I traded it for my Torch, plus Ist, plus Mal, plus Pull. Yeah, that's what it was. So those are the runes that I have. Now... I don't think, really, so 2 Is makes a Gull. Of course, Gull isn't all that desirable. I think in general, 2 Is are especially more desirable than a Gull. I wonder if I could, of course I can make another Is out of these 2 Mals. So I could give Ist, that probably won't get a Vex rune. Because I need, of course, the Pull and a Ko rune or something to make Heart of the Oak, and I have it right here. But yeah, I'm not quite ready to make that just yet. But I might consider making one of those if I can get a bit more currency. Oh shit. Look at that. 2 to droid skills. Alright, so I'm gonna run the Chaos Sanctuary. I'll show you how well this guy does it. Now, at this point, yeah. He's getting your dog. I'm pleased with this. It's been a rewarding experience playing this guy. And yeah, I've been offered some gear. And I'm just, maybe I took a handout or 2, right? I can't even remember what the fuck I took. I took this Arm of King Leoric as a handout. But for the most part, still wearing these shitty belt, shitty boots, shitty ring. This armor really isn't even all that beneficial. Because, like, as I mentioned, I'm thinking, as long as my Skellies can survive, just get the P&B skills up. So I might want to make Bone, I think, that Necromancer rune where that gives 2 to all Necromancer skills. Of course, I'm going to miss out on the run walk, but this is a heavy armor. So you're not really getting overall 40 run walk from it. You're getting some, but it has a diminishing effect as well because of the fact that it's in a heavy armor. But I'm going to run the Chaos Sanctuary and show you dogs how well he can do that. So here I is, and what I do is I switch over to my teleport staff. Oh shit. Choppy frame rate out here. And that lava really does my graphic card in or something. So I teleport to this point. It really, of course, starts to shine once you get to the center of the Chaos Sanctuary. And really, I should probably just skip this part. See, here's the mages. So I have 2 mages up now. Yeah, unfortunately, the mages really suck. Now, I've seen some builds. I've seen some toads maxing mages, some only putting 1 point into them, some not using them at all, and maybe just putting more points into amp damage. Because as you invest more points in this, he's already lasting 53 seconds, but of course it's the radius primarily that you want to increase, because the duration is quite good. And every point increases the radius. So that's something to consider. Even though, see, it has a decent screen coverage, as you can see here. See, that's it. But if, say, I didn't put any into Skelly Mage, hell, I could have maxed amp damage, in which case it would probably cover nearly the entire screen. And for convenience purposes, and maybe even time management, it might work out better for this build. Because I do waste some time casting it around. I like to cast, I like to just fuck around with it a little bit, really. But beyond that, you know, it's kind of a waste of time. So at this point, if you guys are considering making a Necromancer, I would recommend just to hell with the mages. You know, don't just put 1 point into them as a prerequisite to revive, even though revive isn't all that useful either. But the benefit is, if you need them, especially early on against a boss, they're there. And revives survive a lot better than the mages, from what I've discovered so far, with equivalent points invested into them. Now, one of you made mention in the comments how the bone wall. Oh shit! I don't have the bone wall. That's a problem. So that's another thing I could get if I respec this guy. Just to hell with the mages. Probably put one in a bone wall. Because one of you guys mentioned in the comments below how the bone wall actually can aggravate the cows, for example. And I assume that applies to other monster types as well in Diablo 2. Where, say there's a bunch of cows right outside the screen here. And if you lay a bone wall then right here, they'll actually start coming towards you. They'll go around the bone wall. Like, you can make it and then unsummon it, and they'll come and they'll see you then, once they start making their way towards the bone wall. And then you can really hurt them, like a bunch of them up. So, I might have fucked up. This is really my first summon Necromancer in LOD Classic or D2R. Because yeah, I could have put one in a bone wall. This would probably be a waste. I don't think I'd need Bone Prison. Unless if it's a PvP Necro, but I don't think Summon is good for PvP. So yeah, I would think you probably want a point invested into Bone Wall for that reason. I mean, I'm almost there. I just need one more skill point to do that, and I could still have all my mages, which suck, but... So I'll probably respec... Oh, in fact, my skellies are dying. Here, I'll move them over here. Get a couple kills in. Yeah, dog, this is a good time. Ooh. 3 bone crossbows. Now these you want to cube socket and hope for 4. Because then, I mean, from what I remember back in the day, or a couple years ago rather, when I was playing LOD Classic on botnet, you could get about an Rune or so for a Grand Matron bow that had 3 skills and 4 sockets. A superior one, of course, went for even more. You could give a superior one for like a Vex Rune Plus. So yeah, keep an eye out for that shit. Especially if it's superior 4-socketed, but I really don't know what the demand is for something like that now in D2R. If there's many bosons out there right now, or that intend to be out there. There should be, I assume there will be. I think for PvP, Faith Bow is desirable. Oh, Mage Plate. Pick that shit up too. Alright. So I'll get a couple more summons up here. And I'll go and open the last seal. Infector of Souls. And then you can revive them. You know, you revive the Venom Lords. Yeah, what I really could use is an Enigma. But as you guys can see, I mean, I don't have much currency. So let me know your thoughts. Should I, say, make a Heart of the Oak or something? Maybe even work toward a CTA? Or should I just save every bit that I have in an attempt to eventually make an Enigma or trade for one? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious what you guys think I should do from here out. Because I think, I mean, really the next piece I want, of course, is Enigma. Because I just think that would be a good time, that playstyle. Just teleporting around, controlling your minions. Of course, all the benefits that it gives. It's going to run fast as fuck when I'm not teleporting, which I really like to do. It makes it feel godly when you can run fast as a toad. And you still can teleport, of course, as well. Which ultimately I want Hota with that, to increase the cast frames. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. I mean, it really seems like something that I might not achieve, because getting a burn, a Jaw Rune, it really seems like a bitch. I mean, this is LOD Classic, basically. This isn't, you know, PD2 or anything of that sort with increased drops or player A drops or endgame maps that offer more density, so you can, you know, with your time, potentially find more runes per minute of playing, things like that, per hour of playing. So it seems almost like an impossible task, but I think that's a good thing, and I think that's what keeps us going, is having those things to strive for that we might never attain. And as I've mentioned in a previous video, I'm really hoping this is something that Diablo 4 considers. You know, have that endgame gear that allows us to change our gameplay and stuff, or do additional content, you know, things of that nature. Have those things dangling over our heads, basically. Fucking hot dog on a stick and shit. You know, have those potentials there, because that's what keeps us going, man. Even if we can't get them, you know, it's good to strive toward that. But I mean, maybe if I bust my ass in the cowl or something, maybe I will get lucky. Maybe I will get a Burr Rune, a Jaw Rune, or whatever else to trade for an Enigma. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that's really the next piece that I want, as fun as it might be to make a Heart of the Oak. Although I'll probably just make a Heart of the Oak because they're cheap in comparison. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you guys will like the video, become a patron if you want. I actually received a patron just a couple days ago again, Kevin Drum. I was damn pleased to see that. I believe he's pledging 5 shekels a month. So it all adds up, man. And I was really pleased to see that. So thank you. And may you have many wives, sir. And may your offspring be a number like the stars in the sky. Peace be with you.